Welcome in, everybody. How you doing on this Thursday evening? Rowdy Archives, good to see you. I think I've seen you in a while, but good to have you back. Braden, of course, it's time to get driven. Diecast driven. And of course, today we will be working on some diecast. You guessed it. Jackson Storm, good to see you as well. Welcome into the stream, everybody. If you haven't yet, go ahead and vote on that poll. We have Argentina playing Spain in the World Cup final on Sunday. Yesterday's match between Argentina and England was wild, one for the ages. Today, the primary focus is going to be the Cleetus McFarland truck that we started last stream. If we get that done, we don't have a ton of decals. The plan is to work on another one of Cody's cars. I haven't really got there yet, but that's kind of the plan. So, good to see you guys on this Thursday evening. Hopefully you are doing well. North Wilkesboro weekend is back for the first time in 30 years. It pains me a little bit to say that because the last time they ran this track was 1996, the year I was born. So yes, I'm old. Other than insane amounts of Canadian wildfire smoke hitting my area, today was a pretty good day. Hopefully you guys had a great day as well. And yeah, just gonna get into it here. Not a whole lot else to say. Oh yeah, Jackson Storm said he fixed his computer. That's exciting stuff. It's always good to get things fixed. Just finished making a concept of Tyler Reddick's Frosted Flakes Toyota Camry. Nice. Oh, one thing that I did want to mention was I found my roof flap tethers. Remember last stream I was going on and on and on about how I just couldn't find them. I had no idea where they were at. Well, I found them. And there they are in all of their glory. So this car is almost done. I think I'm going to use this as tomorrow's video car. There are a few things I still have to do with it, but I can make a video of it and then finish those things up after the fact. But yeah, we have tethers under the hood, we have tethers under the rear deck lid, and we have tethers underneath our roof flaps. It took me forever to find them, but I found them. They were not where I left them, which I thought was right here. They actually got stuck to the bottom of the tire on the William Byron Charlotte car, and all four of them were there. So I'm very excited. This car is basically done. I just have a few things left. I might sell it. I'm not sure, but that's something I'm considering. So yeah, maybe keep your eyes peeled. It might go up on eBay. I don't know. We'll see. Put a lot of work into it, but it doesn't really fit into my collection. I've always wanted to make that car, just because I think personally Regan Smith got robbed. He should have got the dub, should have been declared the winner. Tony kind of pushed him underneath the double yellow line, but NASCAR officiating does, what they do. So, yeah, other than that, the plan is to just kind of work on this car, talk about some racing this weekend, and see how you guys are doing. So, first I think I want to pull up a map. Hold on, let's see here. I'm going to pull up this Cleetus car on my other screen so I can have it as a reference picture, because we always want to have our reference picture ready and close. So I have that pulled up over there. Then on this computer over here, I'm still working on my setup. Part of me wants to kind of redo my desk. I kind of wish I could take this stand off of my monitor and kind of like hang it on the wall behind my desk, just so that it can open up this room underneath. But yeah, I don't know. I'll get to it. So let's see. Canadian wildfire map. Yep. Maps. Let's see if we can see what the air quality map is. Because Canada right now is being annoying and smoke map. I think my latest scheme is what I want. I made this custom diecast from my guy from Instagram, which is where I uploaded my scheme. That'd be cool if, yeah, it's always cool when you can bring something like that to life, right? Like you designed it, you put the time in, you put the work in, and you can bring it to life in a diecast form. I think that's really cool. Rowdy's in here. He's not Markiplier. He is Rowdy. What's up? All right, let's see if we can look at this really quick. Okay. I simply want to show you guys. Yeah. Yeah, so fire and smoke map. So here we go. Hazardous, very unhealthy. Let's see where we are. We're kind of in like the very unhealthy. Here, I'll show you. All right, so this is what we've been dealing with here. It was very hazy all day today. We're in Northeast Ohio, so like right in the middle. Not good, pretty annoying. It was gross. So yeah, if you guys are in the Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania kind of area, pretty ugly skies, pretty hazy. Honestly, pretty frustrating because you can't really go outside. But yeah, hopefully, you know, everybody staying safe and yeah, I don't know. But anyway, could the O'Reilly series race at North Wilkesboro anytime soon? Because I haven't been to Wilkesboro. Yeah, so let's pull up this weekend stuff. Let's go over it quickly. Because I just kind of want to get into decaling cars. I don't really want to spend a whole lot of time covering the NASCAR stuff this weekend. But yeah, let me just go over this really quickly. We'll do entry list, and we'll do entry list. Okay. I enjoyed Frosted Flakes when I was in middle school. Frosted Flakes are good. Frosted Flakes are good. I couldn't tell you the last time I had Frosted Flakes, but they're pretty solid. All right, so we have the truck entry list. We have the cup entry list. And then we have that. And we have that. Okay. All right. Doing good. Spent most of my week working on one Papercraft F1. Nice. Well, hopefully it's continuing to go well for you. Screen capture. So that's kind of fun. We have the Faith Fest 250. Jesus is Lord. I like that. That's interesting. This is the Truck Series race. There's also a late model race over the weekend. So yeah, I feel like it's Cars Tour, but I don't know. But yeah, so Truck Series race is taking place on Saturday. Practice is on Friday, along with qualifying 2 and 3 on Friday. Saturday, a noon start, 12:30 on Fox Sports 1. I wonder if that has to do with the World Cup match, because there's the third place game. I think it's on at 3 o'clock. No, 5 o'clock on Saturday. So I wonder if they're having it at that time for whatever reason. I don't know. NASCAR should make an attempt to race in Oklahoma. Are there any tracks in Oklahoma? I don't even know. As far as the cars or the trucks go, That's a funny sponsor. Nightclubs suck. That's a funny sponsor. Donovan Strauss. Don't know who that is. Chase Elliott's going to be in the field. That'll be fun. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Ryan Newman's going to be back in the field. And Christopher Bell and SVG and Carson. Ooh, so the truck race is going to be a fun one. All right, I'm looking forward to the truck race. Anybody else? Nobody else. Casey Klein? Don't know who that is. Clayton Green. There are a few names that I don't recognize, but either way, should be a fun race. A lot of cool names. Cook is in the house. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Just in time to cover the truck series. Finished the car after working on it for 3 days. Took some pictures while I was working on it, so I might build a reel if people want to see some. People love progress videos. So yes, I would say the pictures that you took along the way, people definitely want to see that. It will be a popular video or reel. You said Instagram, maybe? I don't know. I don't have Instagram. Shoot, I'm really bad at Twitter. I don't even post like updates on Twitter anymore. I kind of like forgot about doing that. Yeah, so the truck race should be fun. Yep, Braden, you are correct, Mr. Ryan Newman. And you want to know the funny thing about Ryan Newman? My sister and I used to play the NASCAR racing games, and we called him No Neck Newman for like the longest time. Funny stuff. Old No Neck Newman. We kind of had our own nicknames for drivers and stuff back then, even before we started watching Michael Marut's videos. So, bro, he's got like tons and tons of nicknames for everybody. But yeah, Slim Jim Johnson was what we used to call Jimmy. But yeah, so the truck race should be fun. Looking forward to that, especially with all those names in it. As far as the Cup Series race goes, another bad decision by NASCAR, in my opinion. A 7 p.m. Sunday race, terrible decision. Why they didn't have it Saturday night, no idea. I don't know if there's some scheduling thing. I don't know what the deal is, but a 7 p.m. Sunday night race, bad idea for NASCAR. So, with that being said, I will not be streaming Sunday night. Obviously, you guys could figure that one out. So the stream will then be Monday. So keep your eyes peeled. The stream will be Monday instead of Sunday due to the race time. But Saturday, practice and qualifying in the evening, 5 to 7. And then Sunday at 7 o'clock, green flag at 7:14. So again, I will not be streaming on Sunday. We will push it back to Monday. NASCAR is really getting on my nerves, really messing with my stream schedule. I mean, I could just stream over the race, but I don't think we should do that. As far as the entry list goes, honestly, nothing surprising. The one thing, though, I do want to say, Monday Night Driven. Yeah, Monday Night Driven. Which is fine. It's, you know, it's fine, but I'm not like, I like my Sunday streams. Just kind of wind down the weekend, get ready for the week. But no, now we got to push it back to Monday. So I got to come home from work, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. I know, life is hard. Not that big of a deal, but still it's slightly annoying. So, yeah, nothing really interesting as far as like drivers for the Cup Series. Nothing really ever changes on the Cup Series. Chad Fincham, Austin Hill's in the 33. The one thing I did want to mention, and I don't like him, but Mr. Wallace here, he is driving a Coca-Cola paint scheme for the World Cup, kind of. It doesn't actually say anything World Cup related on it, but Coca-Cola is one of the primary big sponsors of the World Cup, and Mr. Wallace is going to be driving that car. So my plan potentially is to make the Wallace Coca-Cola car at some point. I don't really want it in my collection because I don't like him necessarily. However, it'll go with the World Cup stuff, and that's kind of neat. So I'll probably end up making that car at some point. Also made a custom Cody Ware 164. I even painted the rims gold. Would have been easier if it was a rubber tire car. Nice. Yeah, they do have those now. They do have those. Austin Hill will be driving a non-patriotic 33 cheddar scheme for the first time. Interesting. Oh, sorry. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't really looked at too many of the paint schemes. That's the only one that I saw that I know of. Simply because it is the World Cup adjacent paint scheme. So, yeah, I do intend on possibly making that for myself at some point. Because it is the World Cup. Yeah, it looks so wrong. Yeah, I understand the sponsors staying with the team. But man, at the same time, like, I kind of wish that they wouldn't use the same sponsor, and they would kind of just not. But I understand that their sponsors aren't just going to leave the team because Kyle's not there anymore. That's kind of crazy. I don't drink any carbonated beverages. I pretty much just drink water and like apple juice every now and then, orange juice, milk for sure. But yeah, don't actually drink any carbonated beverages. I get it too, but at least change scheme. Or that. I think that's a more acceptable proposal. That makes sense, Braden. Yeah, like, you can keep the sponsors, but have unique paint schemes now for Austin Hill. Austin Hill, right? What am I don't know why I'm tired today. Your dad's Bubba Wallace fan? Listen, it's fine. That's what makes NASCAR unique, because you could be fans of anybody. You can also be haters of anybody. I don't particularly care for him. There aren't many drivers that I really like that much anymore. I really like Ross. I've met him a bunch of times. I like Carson. I like his attitude. But I mean, as far as like driver personalities, those are probably the only two that I really enjoy. But yeah, there's some other drivers that are good for the sport generally, but yeah, I don't know. I'm too negative all the time. I'm more of a Pepsi Mountain Dew guy myself. Screw Coke after they use AI in their Christmas ads. Well, listen, I don't like Coca-Cola either because Jeff Gordon was sponsored by Pepsi. So Jeff Gordon, being sponsored by Pepsi, precluded me from liking Coca-Cola. Now, Gordon knew Pepsi was better than Coke back in 1995. He jumped off the Coca-Cola bandwagon and went with Pepsi. Way back then, he knew before everybody else that Coca-Cola was garbage. I don't drink, but I like some of their other products. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. Like, even Pepsi and like Frito-Lay and stuff, and Coca-Cola, like what they all own and what they all produce. It is pretty wild if you look into it. Ever. Oh yeah, by the way, if you haven't yet, please vote on the poll. It looks like 8 people have. We're looking at what is that? 5-3 advantage for Argentina over Spain. I hope so. I hope Argentina can win. That Spanish team's so good. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm looking forward to the game. Yeah. So after yesterday's game and like all of the last handful of Argentinian games, they just find ways to win, and it's incredible. It really is. It's mind-blowing how they continue to do it. You're gonna head out. I was gonna get ready for work tomorrow. Have a great. Well, thank you, Jackson Storm fan. I appreciate you being here, even for a short little time to hang out. It was fun to have you. Hopefully, you have a good day at work tomorrow. It is Friday, I think. I think tomorrow's Friday, probably, because tonight's Thursday, because we're streaming. So, yeah, hopefully you have a good day at work tomorrow and a good rest of your night tonight as well. I'm also thinking about trying to make the stream a little more interesting. I know it's pretty basic what we do. We just turn on the camera, work on some stuff, and chat. But I'm thinking about maybe getting like another camera angle from the side or something to look down like almost over my shoulder kind of. I don't know. I got things to think about. I don't really have time to mess with all that. Mess with my settings and stuff. But yeah, I think, I don't know. I kind of like what we do here. It's pretty basic. It's pretty nice to just be able to turn the camera on and chat with you guys and just work on stuff. You know, I'm not the most entertaining. I'm not here to like do anything too crazy. We're just here to kind of hang out and chill. You don't mind basic? Yeah, well, and I'm glad that some of you guys kind of feel the same way. I know Braden has said before, I know what you should do. Subways. Yeah, the what do they call them? Gen Alpha or whatever. They have something has to be moving on the side of the screen. So like, yeah, we would have like Subway Surfers or something running around. I can't understand that for the life of me, but I was also born in the 90s. I grew up in a different time. The early 2000s, the late 90s, early 2000s was a different time. We didn't have the internet like it is today. So, yeah, we had dial-up internet. I had to wait for pictures to load. We couldn't use the phone when we were on the internet. We barely used the internet as it was. So it was a different time. It was a great time. Honestly, sometimes I wish I could go back. Well, oftentimes I wish I could go back and, not have to deal with things like they are these days. But then I wouldn't be able to hang out with you guys, and that wouldn't be fun, because we like hanging out. We enjoy our time together. Or at least I enjoy it with you guys. And I feel like most of you do too as well. I don't really know how long the stream's going to go tonight. I don't really have a plan. Also, just as a side note, like the proportions on this diecast versus the decals are so off. It's a little frustrating. I'm a little annoyed that I'm making a second one of these just because of the proportions and stuff being off and everything not fitting well, but it's fine. Obviously, you'll notice that I did some stuff off stream because I could not, like what I had to do to get this door on with the tailgate, or not tailgate, the bed and the passenger side door, like to get everything to look nice and cohesive and coherent, it was a nightmare. So I knew it was going to be a nightmare. That's why I deliberately did not do it on stream. And ultimately, I think it was the right idea. I made the right choice because it was pretty frustrating. But it worked out in the end. So, you know what? I might just paint this. This decal is not going to go in here nicely. So there's a high percentage chance that I just paint this. You sound like me while making O'Reilly Customs. Yeah, those cars, there's something about them that aren't right either. Yeah, I'm just painting this. That's stupid. I'm not doing that. I did not make this decal set. So, but I'm not going to complain too much. Well, that's, jeez, okay. Well, this decal is too long. See, and that's the thing. Like, this decal here, this Black Rifle Coffee Company sponsor, is too long. Like, it shouldn't touch that. I don't know. I don't want to complain. I don't know if you watch Car Tour, but did you hear about SMI buying it? I did not, Braden. I don't watch the Car Tour. I barely have enough time to do what I do right now. So just taking on a whole nother series, I don't think I could do it. But that's interesting. Sounds like room for expansion, or a little bit of room for growth. Hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully. Yeah, you want to buy into the, you want to grow the series. I heard it's pretty good, but I haven't watched it. I am a true craftsman. Thank you, Mr. Diecast. Yeah, I don't know. We're just hanging out. We're decaling cars. We're having fun. This is fun. We're having fun. Yeah, like that's the wrong proportion. It's too long on the door. The this logo is too far back, but that's just how everything fit on here. And I had to even cut this and move that differently because that did not fit correctly. And I'm looking at it now, and like the paint splotches are not even exact to what the real one was. So I'm just gonna leave it because I could like nitpick this car to death, or this truck to death, but I'm just gonna leave it. It's not even for me. Oh, but speaking of the Cars Tour, I think I saw Chase Elliott is running the Cars Tour this weekend in the 8 Napa. I think it's white, right? The Napa late model. So that's kind of fun. I was about to type the Christopher Bell quote. Yeah, this is fun. We're having fun. I don't know why. I had a lot of energy earlier today. I must have used it all up. So it's just a chill stream tonight. I mean, most of them are kind of chill streams, but yep. Board Diecast, welcome in. I hope you are having a fantastic Thursday evening. It is good to see you. I'm not a mind reader. I've just been around long enough to like have a very large bank of useless information in my noggin that is somewhat relevant sometimes. So perhaps not a mind reader, but definitely around long enough to know when to use the right phrases and or GIFs. I do pride myself on my GIF sending ability. You saw that Enfinger's Lime Rock win was offered by Juan L today. Hey, there you go. I did not see that. However, that's exciting. Where did my... Oh, there it goes. OBS is doing some weird stuff today. Like the stream analytics just keep disappearing and then coming back. For what reason, I have no idea. But that's exciting for all you Grant Enfinger fans out there. Go pre-order that diecast so it gets made. That would be a really bad thing if they went through all of the work to get it up for pre-order and then it got DMP'd. Because then, honestly, probably they wouldn't even offer another one. That's kind of how Lionel operates. They will offer something for a driver, and if it does well, then they'll continue doing that. But if it doesn't do well, then they'll shelve it. They won't even offer another one. Unless there's like a super, super crazy high demand for it. Speaking of Lionel, did I tell you guys that they were looking for a designer a diecast designer. Did I tell you guys that? I feel like that happened on Wednesday. Oh, I want to see it. I want to see it made too. Braden, I agree. So pretty much, long story short, Lionel was looking for a designer to do the diecast, probably renderings and decals and different things like that. And I considered it. The only problem is it's in Charlotte, and it's less money than I make now for my job. So I couldn't really move and take a pay hit. But I thought about it. I did think about it for a couple minutes. It does sound interesting, board diecast. I don't know. I can't move and lose money, you know? It'd have to be like one or the other. Yeah, it might be a good gig, but it would also probably interfere with what we're doing here, potentially. You never know. Send the application to Ellie Racer. Do you think he'd move to Charlotte? He's not old enough. I don't think he's old enough. I told him about doing it remote, and they're like, nah, it's not. It's not remote. Kind of a weird spot with my channel where I don't know what videos I want to make next. Yeah, I feel that to some degree. Like, tomorrow's video is going to be this car. I still have a ton of Jeff Gordon cars to go through. I still have some D'Agostini videos that I need to do all of the editing for. I've kind of lost the will on making those videos a little bit just because I'm so far behind. I know people like to see them. They just take a lot to edit, and I haven't even made like a couple sets of decals that I still need to make. Like there's at least 1, 2, 3 cars. There's 3 sets of decals that I need to make and order. And I haven't done that yet. So I'm pretty behind on a lot of stuff as far as that goes, on top of all of the D'Agostini videos that I need to get out. So I kind of get that. My case is a little different just because I'm overwhelmed with things. Not so much that I've run out of ideas or don't know what to do. It's just I'm overwhelmed, and so when I get overwhelmed, I just kind of don't get anything done, which is bad also. I don't really have any advice, but I'll say this. I'd recommend just experiment. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good recommendation, Braden. My advice would be just to do whatever you like whatever you want to do. Don't try and like chase an algorithm or chase views. Just make whatever you like, and make whatever you enjoy working on, because then you, whether it works or not, you can't get upset because you enjoyed the whole process, right? Like you liked whatever you were working on. Like if you're trying to chase algorithms and chase views and all that kind of stuff, and you hate what you're working on, but it hits, then you're going to have to make more of them, even though you don't like what you're working on, or something like that. I don't know if that's good advice either, but what I would recommend is just do whatever you like doing. Don't worry about algorithms. Don't worry about chasing views and all that kind of stuff. I kind of did that myself at the beginning, and I'm like, well, I gotta make the perfect thumbnail and perfect title and perfect description and all that kind of stuff. And now I'm just like, I don't need to do all that. If people want to watch my videos or live streams, they're going to come here, and we're just going to do what we do. And people are either going to like them or not, but I enjoy the live streams the most. But I like my Friday format. Speaking of the Friday format, I might be getting a light box, which would change which would change my entire like Friday video format from dark to light theme. We'll see how that goes. I'm thinking about it. I'm considering it. And Matt is here, and he's doing a 1,000-piece M&M puzzle. I think you mentioned that in the last stream. So that's really cool. You're finishing it up already. That's exciting. There's nothing quite like finishing up a project, whatever it is. Whether it's a puzzle, you know, a diecast car that we're working on, a house renovation project, or restoring an old car, like, there's just something super satisfying, especially if you did it all yourself, right? If you worked on it and took the time and took the effort and you put in the blood, sweat, and tears to get it all done. Like, there's nothing quite like getting something done. Might be going to Target tomorrow, see if I find anything. Might be able to do another diecast review. Well, hopefully you find something. I haven't been to Target in a good long while. Hopefully I can't say the same your nearest Target. Yeah, I haven't even looked. But hopefully you find something to do a review on. And Matt has 150 to 200 pieces to go. Nice. My parents have been a good help over the last couple days. Well, that's good to hear. That is excellent news. Family puzzles. We used to build family puzzles all the time. So many puzzles. So many puzzles. Went to Target last Sunday. I went to the Diecast on. All I had were some F1 McLarens and an 85 Camaro. 85 Camaros are cool. But that's kind of unfortunate that that's all that they had. That and a Camaro. You remember that NASCAR video where they sat all the drivers down and they were like holding cars and stuff? I thought about doing one of those videos. Because I feel like I could do something very similar and I could do it just as well, you know? But yeah, that never came to fruition. That was one of those things where I'm like, it was the same kind of thing I was just telling Rowdy. Like, it would have kind of been like a chasing views, chasing likes kind of situation. Not that I would think that I wouldn't like doing it, more so that, like, if I was gonna buy all of those diecasts just to have around, like, what would I do with them, kind of thing. Like, they don't really fit anywhere in the collection. So obviously, as you guys can tell, I did not go and move ahead and do that video idea. I don't know. I was excited to stream tonight, and then now I'm not. Not that I'm not excited. I kind of lost all of my energy. I'll stick to being the other diecast guy. The other. I'm not even the diecast guy. There's a lot of people that make way better stuff than me. I've seen some cars on eBay and stuff that people have done. Really good quality. I mean, my cars are solid, I'll say. But there's some good makers out there. One of these days I want to see if I can make a car for Carson Hocevar. That's kind of been in the back of my head for a while. Ever since I saw him at Charlotte. I didn't say anything to him. And Raja Kruth. I was going to say something to him too, but I didn't. Ever since I saw those two, I'm like, man, I know they kind of like the diecast world. Like, I wonder if they have any cars that they collect or would collect that nobody's made before. At least you're a unique type of diecast YouTuber. Well, I hope so. I mean, I guess my goal wasn't to be like a unique type or whatever. My goal was just to to help grow the community, so to speak, in any way that I could. It still doesn't really feel real sometimes. What we do here, it's just, we just turn the camera on, start talking, and work on cars. Like I've said numerous times before, like, I would just be doing this regardless, either way. I would just have somebody else's podcast or live stream or whatever music on. So I figured I might as well create a channel where, you guys could come hang out and we could talk about NASCAR. We could talk about the whole diecast process, what I do, and hopefully inspire some people along the way. And I think there have been a few people that have come in here and said that. There have been a few people that have left comments on the how-to video that have said that. So yeah, it's really nice to see that. Oh, great. Greg, something about you we missed. I couldn't quite put my finger on it before, but I think I know exactly what it is that we missed. We haven't had anybody to put in timeout lately, and you came back to save the day. So you're on strike number 1. Yes, Greg has resurfaced. How you been, buddy? You been having fun lately? Going to any races since Dover? I think Dover was the last race you went to, right? Or did you go to another one after that? I don't remember. 50-50. Look at that. It looks like our poll's going to extra time. Maybe to penalty kicks. Greg is here to cause all of the mayhem. Now he's not going to respond. He comes in for 5 seconds just to throw down a quite vulgar chat. Hit my PR on squat today at football workouts with a 42.5 squat. Listen, I'm going to congratulate you, Matt, because I think that's good, but I don't know what that means. I know that's like working out stuff. But, yeah, Dover was fun ever since I've been down in the dumps. But I've been good now, going to New Hampshire soon. Well, hopefully you haven't been down in the dumps too bad. Like, I know we BS a little bit around here, but hopefully you're doing well. Glad to have you back in the stream. We missed you and your shenanigans. It's been rather tame lately. We need someone to stir the pot a little bit. Going to New Hampshire. When is that race? How many weeks away is New Hampshire? I have no idea. I don't look that far. I don't look that far into the schedule anymore. I only look like a week before something happens, unless I'm going to a race. My work. Oh, there it is, you goofball. How far away is New Hampshire? Is it like a week, 2 weeks, a month, 4 weeks? Okay. Are you getting pit road passes, pre-race passes again, going messing with drivers and stuff? Getting some viral clips? I know you do like doing that. It's a work in progress because one of the guys squat 2 plates on each side, 1 plate's 45 pounds. So that's 90 total pounds. That's probably good, right? If you want more stuff happening on the screen, just play some WWE intro music every time he shows up. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. I think I'll get copywritten for that WWE stuff. I heard they're pretty bad about hitting you for copyright. No, we just sneak in. I got lucky and sneak in at Dover also. Something about me doesn't believe that. But then again, it's you. So there's a high probability my Instagram videos blow up and people love my content. Well, that's good. I don't have Instagram, but I'll take your word for it. I can't remember if you posted anything on Twitter. I don't really go on Twitter anymore anyway. Hardly like ever. So even if you did post something on Twitter, I probably didn't see it. But that doesn't surprise me. Are you becoming the #1 NASCAR driver troll on the internet? Is that what you're aspiring to be? Because that's a pretty lofty title that you could hold. The #1 NASCAR driver troll. No, Gregson. Chase Briscoe love me. They remember me all the time. That's funny. See, it's funny once you kind of like get into a driver's head or get into a driver's like normal recognition pattern that they remember you. It is pretty funny. Like Ross remembers me from bringing him cars to autograph. So, yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I guess I'm going to keep bugging him for autographs and stuff. NASCAR Facebook requires a hazmat suit. Listen, I don't have Facebook. There's a reason I don't have Facebook. I've never actually had a Facebook, but same thing with Twitter. Twitter's a firestorm most of the time. It's just not fun. Everybody has an opinion, and most of the time they're pretty bad. But yeah, so this truck that we're working on tonight is for a friend of mine who I work with. His buddy's a huge Cleetus McFarland fan, and I made him his ARCA car. I think it was last year. Might have been this year. Everyone on Facebook is racist to Bubba and Zavdab. Yeah, listen. I don't particularly care much for Mr. Wallace, but yeah, see, that's pretty messed up too. I don't know why people would do that. Like I said, everybody has an opinion. Most of them are not good. There's a bug flying around here. Yeah, like you can not like somebody, but that's kind of unacceptable, uncalled for. But yeah, so this truck is for him as well. That will go along with his ARCA car that I made him. And it was kind of one that I wanted to make anyway, so I'm glad that he wanted it. I did buy two sets of decals, 2 sets of trucks. So, yeah, I'll probably make the other one in the not too distant future, and then probably just sell it. I don't have a spot for it in my collection, so I'll probably just sell it. I have Facebook, so I would know. I still remember the reaction after we won the Brickyard last year. Yeah, see, I don't have a Facebook, so I'm taking your guys' word for it, but I believe it. Everybody's always real tough behind a screen, right? Everybody has an opinion to say when they're on a keyboard or behind a screen or something. And it's pretty annoying. That's one of the big negatives of the modern internet, the modern social lexicon and Discord. It's pretty frustrating. I would prefer everybody just kind of hang out and get along, but we all know that's never going to happen. By the way, this Nice Motorsports logo on the spoiler right here, way too small. The real one's much bigger, but it's fine. Just a little note for you guys. I mean, the truck looks pretty good. I really like the blue. I painted the spoiler red. The red really pops nicely. I do like that. Overall, it's a pretty solid paint scheme. I'd say like solid 7 out of 10. If the decals fit a little bit better, maybe I'd give it an 8 out of 10, but these decals are making me not like it. But it looks like Argentina has pulled ahead by 1 vote in the poll. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Just tired tonight. I think I burned all my energy earlier today. Third place match is on Saturday. Oh, by the way, IndyCar races this weekend. We didn't talk about that. IndyCar is at Nashville, I'm pretty sure. I gotta double check, but I'm pretty sure IndyCar is at Nashville. That's on Sunday. So Sunday is going to be kind of crazy because the World Cup is on at 3. Now it's 50-50. 14 votes. That's crazy. 7-7. The World Cup, like, coverage starts at like 11 a.m., which is crazy. And then the game isn't till 3. I picked Spain because it sounds... Oh, Greg. Oh, how we missed you. But yeah, so the World Cup starts at 3, but I'm pretty sure they said coverage starts at 11 a.m. So you have 11 a.m. to 3. Then you have the IndyCar race, which is at 5:30, I'm pretty sure. And then the Cup race is at 7. So, yeah, it's going to be a packed day. IndyCar should race at Talladega. Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy. I don't even know what that would look like. That would be wild. We went over this a couple weeks ago. IndyCar has a great schedule because they have 6 of each style of track. Road course, street course, and oval. So they only have 18 races, which is half of the NASCAR schedule. I feel like they could pump those numbers up. Do secret sesh. Well, welcome in. I don't think I've seen your name lately. This might be your first stream. Might not have seen you in a while. I apologize. I can't remember everybody. For window nets on trucks, I want to avoid the plastic and go with something like the nice actions. No. What did I say? Road course, street course, and oval. What did I say, Roddy? I don't have any good recommendations. Like, obviously you can see here, this is a 2008 Regan Smith car. The window nuts come down and they're actually mesh. So, like, clearly you know that. But I don't know. Aside from, like, taking one of these out of here and putting it on the trucks, like, I don't know what could be a good replacement. I've never done anything like that just because I don't know, it doesn't bother me all that much just because they all look cheap. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Braden. Oh, the oval. Dega. Yeah, he raced that car last year, and I want to build it. I haven't even finished my Kyle Kirkwood Mid-Ohio car. haven't even finished my Kyle Kirkwood car. It's still sitting over there. But I really wanted to make the Maximum Metallica one. I don't have time. First time hopping in here, but I question about getting commission on a custom car. Just waiting to... Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't want to say, I don't want to say this to sound like negative, but there have been so many people that have asked. Like, honestly, it's probably 50 plus people that have asked me. Like, if you go through my YouTube Studio app and just like filter the comments of everybody that's asked me for stuff, it's kind of crazy. But the effect with taking it out is cool, though. I'd like that. Oh, like on the Regan Smith car. Yeah, I bought the I wanted to change the net. Yeah, I think that's probably like the best thing. It would just be to take it from another action car. Because I don't know of any like replacement mesh things that would go in there. It's just never been something that I've like looked into too heavily, because I've done like customizations and stuff, but like for something like this, the whole chassis is plastic, like everything is pretty lowly detailed, so I never really thought it was something that like needed to be spruced up for my stuff anyway. But yeah, if you're making one, I would probably just buy like a cheap action car and just transplant it. Just take it out of there and put it in the truck. Maybe not the best answer, but make sure you have the background cranked up to 11 when you do. Yeah, that's that would be fun. I would really like to make that one, because it would very much go with my Metallica Guitar Hero car. And the paint scheme was really cool, being covered in mostly lightning and like a black and blue. It was really neat. So yeah, I would like to. It's just I started designing the decals and I stopped because I just kind of there's too many things going on. Like, I don't know how many times I can say this, but I just have way too much stuff going on, like, all the time. So it's really hard to prioritize certain things to get certain things done. And yeah, I started that car. I have a little bit of the decals done, but it is currently on pause, which is unfortunate because it's really cool. It is a really cool paint scheme, and I would love to have it as part of my collection. It's a shame that IndyCar doesn't have more diecast made. It really is. I love the look of the new Indy cars. They are fantastic. They're very cool. They're very sleek looking. I really like the look of the new Indy cars. Absolutely. Your work is incredibly high quality, the best I've seen, low transparency tutorial. I'm sure there's a lot of work ahead of you. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said before, like I could make a nice side business. I could. I just want to see the hobby grow. Like I think that the more people that buy custom or make customs and you know, get the drivers involved and stuff, signing some of them and taking them to them, they're like, oh, I've never seen that car before, and different things like that. Like when I took Ross's I made his Daytona car from the Xfinity series in 2019. It was when I met him the first time. I took those cars to him and I made one for myself and one for my sister. He's like, oh yeah, I remember that car. I don't see too many of these out there. And I'm like, yeah, I made him. And he's like, oh, that's really cool. So it's just cool. I want to see the hobby grow. Like this car here, this is a Ryan Sieg car from Watkins Glen last year. Like they didn't make it. If I don't make it, nobody, it can't be bought. So this one's for me because I met the team. So eventually I'm going to have them all autograph it or try to get them to autograph it. I bought the door, like the actual door panel from it. It's sitting off screen over there. So, yeah, I personally just want to see the hobby continue to grow. I grew up with NASCAR diecast being ridiculously popular. They were making 4, 5, 10,000, sometimes 15,000 cars. Now, Carson, host of ours, Talladega Win, is doing insane numbers, but that's like 1 in a million. Like, those numbers aren't very common anymore, which is disappointing. So, yeah, I don't know. I just want to see the hobby continue to grow. That's all. And if I can be transparent and I can give you guys tips and tricks, and you guys can make your own cars and stuff, that's kind of why I like to do these live streams also, so you guys can see more of the behind the scenes stuff and kind of how long some things take and how in depth some of the steps are. That's really why I like to do it. Buying a cheap Elite is a good move. Brand new and diecast, love space custom diorama, so it's really cool to see crate cars that never got made. It's true art. I agree, and that's the whole reason. So, since you're new to this, I don't know if you've heard before why I started doing this whole thing. I used to kind of like very, very lightly dip my toe into the custom cars in like 2008, 2009, but nothing serious. And then 2011 came around and I got super into collecting all of the cars. So in 2007, I tried to collect as many cars as I could. 164s, like this size, 164. And, I bought all of the ones that I could, and then some were never made. So I just kind of didn't think much about it. Then I started hearing about custom cars, and by the time 2011 rolled around, I wanted to do that same thing where I buy all of the cars so I could field an entire 43 car field out of 164s, all with different cars. And then they didn't make all of the drivers. They didn't make all of the teams. They didn't make all of the sponsors. So 2011 was the first year that I really got into it. And I probably made, 60 to 100 custom cars that year, 164s. And then from there, it kind of took off. I would start making big cars and 124 scale cars and more 164s. So it was really because I wanted to have more cars for my own personal collection. And then I started making them for people, and it has led me to a point where I am making some cars. I've made some 124s, I've made some 164s for actual drivers, team members. So it's been this really crazy journey, to get to where we are today. But yeah, it's been fun. Like, I really enjoy it. I know I don't sound too enthusiastic about it, but I'm just kind of a boring person to begin with. Like, I'm not that entertaining. I'm not that special. I'm just a guy that makes cars and stuff. So yeah, it's a fun hobby. And it's really cool. It's led me to a lot of interesting relationships and people along the way. And yeah, I mean, if you're going to make cars yourself, don't get discouraged if they don't turn out good the first couple. I would say start with 164s. That's much less of an investment than buying 124 decals, 124 cars. Start with the 164 and just kind of work up from there. So, yeah, hopefully all that helps, all of that monologuing, me yapping the whole time. But yeah, it's fun. I enjoy doing it. I mean, clearly I made an entire YouTube channel around it. And like I said, one day you'll get up to making cars like this, which you can see all my fingerprints and stuff, and I haven't quite wiped it clean, but This is Regan Smith's 2008 Talladega car that he won the race in. Rowdy, I say I'm boring. I'm not that interesting. I say I'm boring. That's why we like you, because you're a guy who makes... I'm just a dude on the internet that makes custom cars. You guys want to hang out, we'll hang out. It's nothing too special. And I'm always transparent with you guys. If you have questions and stuff, I'll always answer them. When I was a kid, I used to watch stop motion diecast races. Was always in love with the COT era cars, but now only... Yeah, so that was my biggest collection of 164 cars is the 2007 season, because it has half of the Gen 4, half of the Gen 5 cars. I loved that year because it was so unique. They did half a season with the old car, half a season with the new car, and they looked totally different. They raced different. I've gone back and watched a lot of those races. They were pretty good. I know how much people complained about the COT, but compared to some of the stuff we get nowadays with the next gen car, makes the COT look pretty good. Not to mention the O'Reilly series is like kind of still the COT, but that's like a conversation for another day. But yeah, I mean, that was kind of my favorite year as well, as that 2007 season. And I do remember setting up a racetrack on our pool table in the basement of my parents' house, and I was going to try doing the stop motion because I also watched those, and I just didn't like it. I didn't have the patience, which is weird because I make the custom cars. I have tons of patience, when doing these, but just something about the stop motion, I didn't like doing it myself. I could watch other people's stop motion videos, but I just couldn't do it myself. Wouldn't even attempt, so I'm just bad at art and the stuff, so you use precise. Well, I'm just here trying to make cool cars for people, and again, like you said, inspire other people. Like if you guys want to make cars, I show you the whole process. I lay the whole thing out. So this light is being annoying. Whoops. Sorry. The most 21, 23, I've always loved 2003 because NASCAR Thunder. Well, I also really like my favorite years are like 2000. Probably 2003 up until 2014. Those are like my favorite years. 2007 to 2012 with the COT, like you're saying, Secret, it's unique. It's a unique 5-year period. But before that, something about the Gen 4 cars, they raced good, they looked good. That was like the peak of NASCAR, just something about that. Rowdy's heading out. We'll see you later. Thanks for hanging with us, Rowdy. Hopefully you have a good night, and we'll see you on Monday, hopefully as well. Yeah, it was just so monotonous, like, and to see such little progress take place. Like, I would be there for over an hour, and I would get like, I don't know, 10 seconds of actual usable footage. It was pretty crazy. So yeah, I abandoned the stop motion journey pretty quickly and switched over to making the cars. And I'm glad I did, because it's been fun. I kind of wish I would have started the channel like a long time ago, but it all worked out. Like, I'm not complaining. We're good where we are. Yeah, it's been good how it has gone. So yeah. And now that I have like the decal, like I can make decals or do the design work, that helps a little bit. It has changed the game for me personally, because then I can make my own decals. But the problem is it's a different skill set. So I had to kind of like relearn or learn how to do all of that kind of graphic design work. And I'm still learning every time I make a car. But yeah, the people that make those videos, like, mad respect to them. They definitely have a certain level of patience that is different than, what I have for making these cars. And it's good. It's good because everybody has a different skill set, right? Not everybody's good at making custom cars. Not everybody's good at making stop motion videos. Not everybody is good at talking about NASCAR. So everybody has their little niche, and then you put all of those parts together and it creates a really cool sport, a really cool community. And I think that's the best part about it. And that's why I've always liked NASCAR, because it is kind of like a big dysfunctional family. I appreciate the compliments. I'm trying. There's a lot going on in my life. I got a lot of different things that I'm worrying about and that are going on constantly. But yeah, I've got it down to the Friday videos, and those have been consistent for a while. And then these live streams have been so much fun. It's crazy because now we're monetized. I never thought that we would even get anywhere close to monetization, but the channel's been monetized. I haven't quite got the threshold to get like ad money, but like super chats can come in. So I framed my first super chat, which is kind of funny. Oh, and then I 3D printed. So this is the first dollar frame from SpongeBob. So I'm gonna put my first super chat in here. It's something stupid, but it's fun. Like, I enjoy doing it. It's a fun community that we've built, and yeah. See, the thing about the business side of it, though, is like, I don't know. Lionel has kind of has monopolized the diecast industry. So I don't really want to step on toes and get like too close to the sun with that, like trying to just make a bunch of money off of a bunch of cars. Like, that's why I'm very, very selective on the projects that I take on. Most of the projects that I do now are for teams or drivers that ask me, simply because I don't really want to get into the whole legal stuff with Lionel and sponsors and all of that kind of thing. I want to avoid that at all costs. So, if a team or somebody that I know from one of the teams reaches out and says, hey, I want you to make me this car, here's the artwork, I will do that because it's coming directly from the team. And so I've kind of stuck with, like, I'm kind of sticking in that lane as much as I can, just because I don't want to step on toes and step in something that I shouldn't be. As far as like licensing rights and all of that stuff goes. But like for this car in particular, it's for a friend of a friend. So like I'm not really making a bunch of money on it. Matt coming from the top rope with another SpongeBob reference. I love it. You forgot the pickles. But yeah, and most of the cars too that I make are either not pulled or DNP'd because of low interest. It's not like I'm making cars and selling them for profit off of like ones that they said Lionel cannot make. Like, I know Coca-Cola is a pretty big stickler about not having their diecast made for whatever reason. There's some licensing agreement that they have with another company or something, so Lionel can't produce the diecast. Same thing with Monster. So like if I wanted to, I could go out and produce a bunch of Monster or Coca-Cola cars and probably make a ton of money on them, but that's not really what I want to do. I don't know. I like working on the cars and trucks and stuff for team members and for drivers. I think that's really fun. And occasionally I'll make one for myself, and occasionally I'll make one or two to sell here or there. Just if I'm trying to get rid of old projects and stuff. Like this Regan Smith car was an old project that I needed to do something with. The car was broken. The splitter and wing were both broken off of it. I don't know why my light's dying. Well, we're getting towards the end of the stream anyway. So I took this car, fixed it, turned it into something new, spruced it up, and now it's a Regan Smith white gold 1/1 Talladega raced win diecast. So, nobody wanted it it was a Jeff Gordon car. Nobody wanted it because the splitter was all busted off, the wing was broken off, and yeah, so I just turned it into something different. And yeah, it is, because I don't know if you've seen like any or all videos on my channel or whatnot, but like anytime you see a race review or something, or a weekend review, those are because I'm making cars for the teams and I have cars to drop off with them, whether it's for a driver or for a crew member. And so they'll get me into the races so I can go hang out with them and talk to them and drop off their cars and stuff. So that has been a very exciting aspect of this whole journey of the diecast driven part of it, because that's really what's kept me around NASCAR as long as I've been around, is collecting the diecast cars and custom making them. Because there have definitely been many seasons where I just don't feel like watching NASCAR because the product is not good. The past couple of years with the next gen has been that for me. I don't think the product is that good. I don't like it. It's been good in some aspects, but in others it's been absolutely dreadful. And then I'll go back and I'll watch old races from that COT era. And man, some of those races were pretty good. I would say most of them were pretty good. Some of them got boring, sure, but most of them were much better than some of the stuff that we get today with the next gen. So yeah, it's all about perspective and what you like. And I know that there are new race fans that like the current on-track product and they enjoy it, and that's perfectly fine. But for me personally, I love watching the O'Reilly series because I know a few people in it on some teams and stuff, but also I think the racing's better in the O'Reilly series across the board. Doesn't matter which track. So yeah, it's a fun thing. It's a fun thing. So yeah, you never know what you're going to get. And these live streams are cool because, sometimes they pop off and we have like 15, we've had up to 15, 13 people in here. Sometimes we have 4, like today, so we're just kind of hanging out. We can chat more one-on-one. We can talk about more specific things. You can ask questions and stuff. And I do like that about how the channel is pretty small still. Because if I've watched a lot of people that have chats of like hundreds and maybe even thousands of people, and the chat's just flying by. Like you can't even pick out one chat to read, let alone a whole conversation. So yeah, it's definitely fun. And like I said, it changes from stream to stream. Like today we maxed out at like 8 people here, and that's fine. But other times we've had 13, and it's been a little crazy. Cleat truck is looking sick. A crash version of this in a diorama would be crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. The truck was really only beat up on the driver's side, if I can remember correctly. So yeah, it's possible I could do for my second one, I could do a crashed version of it. That wouldn't be too bad. I don't think it'd be too hard. Sorry. But yeah, it looks pretty good. You should check out Whatnot, bro. There's a big NASCAR community on there, and all the guys and gals are great. Whatnot? I don't know what that is. I can look it up. I'll look it up first. Is it like it's like a Discord style thing? Live shopping for NASCAR cards. Is that what it is? Is it a shopping thing? Never forget Black Rifle Company. Live streaming and auction platform. Okay, yeah. Listen, I don't mean to like completely disregard what you're saying, but I barely have enough time to do what I do. But I'll definitely check it out. I pulled it up on my other screen over here. Yeah, they got a lot of NASCAR stuff. Whatnot careers. You can get a career with them. That's interesting. Live shopping for Diecast. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I don't really buy too much stuff anymore, but it seems cool. You sell stuff, but you can also chill and stream. Whatnot, similar to eBay. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I barely have enough time to do what I do to begin with, but I'll look into it. Never forget Black Rifle sponsored Big Greg. It did. They did sponsor Noah and back then. Sponsored him in the O'Reilly series when he drove the 9. I'm going to be selling liquidation on there. Well, that's good, I think, right? It's probably fun. I used to sell a lot of diecast. I don't do that anymore. I used to make them and sell them all the time on eBay, and then I just kind of got away from that. But yeah, this truck turned out pretty good. Maybe for the second one I'll make a raced version. That'd be fun. But yeah, that's putting this rear light on here is pretty much gonna wrap it up. This is the brake light. Third brake light on top of the truck. So yeah, that wraps up the Cleetus truck. Yeah, it was good to hang out with you too. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully your auctions go well, and yeah, hope to see you in another stream sometime. Plenty more streams. We'll definitely be doing this again. So yeah, hope to see you sometime in the not too distant future. So glad you could hang out. Oh, that's right. You were talking about that, Matt. I forgot to look it up. You didn't remind me. In fairness, in my defense, you didn't remind me at the end of the last stream. But how was it? Steel Force. Let me check it out. Happy I was here to see that smoking truck get made. Heck yeah. Thanks for hanging. Steel Force. Dorney Park. That's what it was. Yep. Steel Force. That looks fun. I love roller coasters. Dorney Park. You got it, man. Have a good rest of your night. Was amazing. All right, let's check it out. Dorney Park. Where is Dorney Park? Dorney Park is in Dorneyville, Pennsylvania. Let me see how far that is from me. All right, let's see. It is not that close. 6 hours and 15 minutes. Allentown. All the way over there by Philadelphia-ish. Yeah, that's pretty far. When are we going to start talking about food and restaurants? I don't know. The stream's kind of winding down here. Also, check out all the rides Dorney Park has over. All right, I will leave that open on my other computer. And after the stream today... Oh, they're owned by Six Flags. Okay. Rides and experiences. Okay. I will look up all attractions. Okay. I will check that out after the stream today. I still have to make tomorrow's video. I haven't done that yet. It's going to be that Regan Smith car. I'm pretty sure. That's the plan. All attractions. Let's go. Aqua. See, I don't like water rides. I hate being wet at a theme park. Ugh. We used to go to Disney all the time, and like when we'd ride Splash Mountain or Cali River Rapids, and then you just be wet all day at the theme park. Gross. Hated that. Not my favorite thing. This stream has been funny because it seems like a lot of people have jumped in and out. Like the poll has 15 votes on it. So it seems like a lot of people have been here and then have bounced. Which is fine. I mean, it's perfectly fine to me, but it's just kind of funny. We didn't see a few of our regulars, which is all right. Maybe they were busy tonight. We have a 102-year-old wooden coaster named Thunderhawk. Thunderhawk. It's a pretty cool name. 102-year-old. That is pretty old. That's like the Blue Streak at Cedar Point. I don't know how old it is, but it's been there a while. It has been there a while. The Blue Streak. Yeah, I don't know what's up with my light. I might have to... I got a new light that I just haven't used yet. Ugh, it's this thing. This thing's... Watch this. It's got like a bajillion lumens. Oh, we don't want that. Look at that. Like, that would be better. Burn your eyeballs out. So, oh, you can change the color. Yeah, so maybe I'll mess with that sometime. I was going to, but I never did, because this light was fine, and now it's been having problems. So maybe I'll look into updating my setup a little bit here. You were just going to mention Cedar Point. I like Cedar Point. It's close. It's like an hour away from home. It's not that far. The problem is we just never really go. I had the Gold Pass in 2020. Well, actually, I bought it in 2019. We went a couple times, and then 2020 happened, and they were very gracious, and it expanded our Gold Pass to encapsulate all of 2021. And we went a few times. I still have my Gold Pass, but yeah, haven't been back in a while. We're just busy. We just got a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, I do like roller coasters. Problem is it costs money. You know, it costs money to do anything. So it's like the one drawback. But again, it is close. They do have a lot of good rides. I love theme parks. Although Cedar Point's not a theme park, it's an amusement park. It's a little different, but yeah, it is fun. It's a good time. I always recommend going to theme parks, amusement parks if you guys can. If you have the time. If you don't have the time, don't do the crime. We stole a balloon. Reminds me of Lights, Cameras, Motors. That was a fun... Well, actually, it was Lights, Motors, Action. I think that was the name of it. Lights, Motors, Action. That was a fun ride. I loved that ride. Steel Force is the tallest coaster in the park with a height 205 feet and a max speed of 75 miles per hour. That's fun, but I'm fairly certain... Now, I could be getting these wrong, but I'm pretty sure the stats for Millennium, which is my favorite ride, it has a height of over 300 feet and a top speed of over 90 miles an hour, I'm pretty sure. Hold on one second. I thought I had some tires with the General on it. Long day at the office. Tim, welcome in. Hopefully you had a good day, even though it was longer than you had hoped. Yeah, I'm gonna send another picture of this to Cody, and we're gonna get rid of this. This box will go bye-bye. But hopefully you're doing well. 16 votes, 8-8. It's pretty crazy. Pretty even split for Argentina and Spain. Apparently, Steel Force also Kids Bop music video on a song for All American Rejects. That's pretty cool. It's a little neat little tidbit of information, I guess you could call it. What? Okay. I was about to be pretty upset if that didn't fit. So yeah, I'm going to take a picture of that and send it to Cody. Be like, that's pretty much done. Honestly, though, I might end stream there. I am a little tired. I do want to get this video made. Well, here, we'll work on this. We'll hang out and chat for a little bit longer. The problem is I just have to be able to I gotta glue this tether in, and I don't know how well it's gonna show for you guys, because I have to keep it kind of close to me to glue in. Most recent coaster is built in 24 and it's called Iron Menace. I've also heard Steel Force is amazing to ride at night. Honestly, like any roller coaster is fun to ride at night. One of my favorites though was Splash Mountain. So if you sat in the front of Splash Mountain, you wouldn't really get wet. But that was one of my favorites to ride at night, because when you would come over that big hill right before you go down the giant drop, you would look over the entire Magic Kingdom park, and at nighttime everything's lit up. The castle's lit up, Main Street's all lit up. It was a beautiful view, and then you'd go down the big hill. But yeah, pretty much anything at night is a ton of fun to ride. 10 out of 10 would recommend roller coaster riding at night. But yeah, one of these days I want to make it out to Hershey Park over there in Pennsylvania. Alright, let's glue this in. We'll glue this in and then we'll call it a night. If it gets contentious, I might just call it in the middle of this process, but this is like the one thing that I hate about tethers, is gluing them back in. I've never found like a good way to do it. I think the best way would probably be to get my own little rivet maker, and drill out the old rivets and put new rivets in. But I don't do too many elites anymore. But yeah, I hate putting tethers in because I just glue them. They're riveted in on the real ones, and it's a lot sturdier than glue. Of course, you don't really open them too much once the hoods and stuff are closed. But it is fragile. I like the Expedition Everest ride at Animal Kingdom. One of my favorites as well. They did such a good job with that ride. The only problem is their biggest problem is they built the Yeti into the infrastructure of the ride, and it cracked the foundation. So the Yeti no longer moves, which is disappointing because I think it was really cool. I was watching Dorney Park video last night. I found the ride called Possess, the type of coaster only 3 others exist. Last time I went to Hershey Park during COVID. Yeah, I'd like to get out to Hershey Park at some point, and I'll look up. Gosh dang it! I'll look up the rest of the stuff about Dorney Park after the stream. See, this is what I was not looking forward to. Is gluing this stupid tether into place. I knew it was gonna go bad. But yeah, so a very lackluster end of the stream. This is why I like to do this sort of thing off camera, because it's not very interesting. Like, not a lot of progress is being made. I'm just sitting here gluing this tether into place. I mean, we could still chat about stuff, but like, if you're trying to watch something interesting, this is not something interesting. Like, we're not really making any quantifiable progress. Nope. So annoying. And the other problem too is this glue is nasty. I really hate working with this glue, but it works so well. It holds things in place really nicely, and it dries pretty quickly. Flea market near me, that's good. If you want a good spot, you need to go there about 2 or 3 a.m. just to get a good spot to sell. I haven't been to a flea market in a while. There's some good, there's some close to us, but I haven't been to one in a while. What about Dinosaur Ride, Animal Kingdom? It's not there anymore. Yeah. That was one of my favorite rides also, and they killed that. I really like that ride. You'll get it, just take it. Yeah, I know. I got all the other ones in. It just takes a while. And like I said, it's not that interesting for a live stream. Like, we could still chat about stuff. Ooh, I'm dropping a lot of frames. Wonder why. But yeah, Disney had a lot of really good rides that aren't the way they were anymore, which is disappointing. But yeah, I guess I understand things have to change. It's crazy that the poll is 50-50. Like, 8 people think Argentina's going to win. 8 people think Spain's going to win. So, I'm hoping for Argentina, preparing for Spain. I feel like Argentina's just used up all their whoa. I'm at 1 bar on my internet. I'm dropping frames like it's nobody's business. I think the internet's telling me that it's time to get off. I'm gonna have to make this video tomorrow because this is not gonna be dry enough for me to close the hood tonight. But anyway, yeah, not like the most exciting stream ever, but it was a good one. It was solid. I'm tired though. I think I need to go to bed early tonight. 9:45. I think I'm gonna go to bed early. We'll get off stream. And then I'm gonna go to sleep. It says I have 0 people watching, so that wouldn't really surprise me. But also kind of disappointing. Your last reminder to look at this. I have it pulled up, Matt. It's I have the Dorney Park tab on my other computer, so it's up. So I will definitely check those out. You know what? I'll look at those and then I'll go to sleep tonight. How about that? Didn't Argentina have to come back on England? Didn't see. You didn't see it. Ah, Tim, it was a great match. You should go watch it. Turn off the stream and go watch that. Go watch the highlights. Just go watch the last 20 minutes. Don't even watch the highlights. Just watch the last 20 minutes. It was a great game. Argentina has had to come from behind like in all of their games. I was hoping Argentina was going to win, but I think Spain's got it this time. I hope you're wrong. I hope it is Argentina, but I don't know. That Spanish team looks good. I don't like to say it, but they look good. But them Argentinians, they have the heart. They have the heart, and they have the Messi. Messi had 2 assists against England. So you never know with that guy on the field. He can do some pretty crazy stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be a good game. I was hoping we'd get more from Croatia, too. They did kind of get robbed against Portugal, though. That was a lot of BS on the officiating. In my opinion. Most of the officiating has been pretty good this World Cup, but there have been a few questionable things. There have been a few questionable things for sure. But yeah, I'm tired. I'm still here. Yeah, well, that's good, because we're about to end it here in a couple minutes. I'm going to give myself 4 more minutes. We're going to be under 2 hours tonight. Lately, we've been kind of going around or above 2 hours, but tonight, I'm tired. It's been a long day. I'm ready to just go to sleep. I got to look at the roller coasters for Matt, and then I'm going to send a picture of this car to Cody, and then I'm out. I'm going to sleep. I'll make the video tomorrow. We got to get these watch hours up so we can get ads on the videos. The least longest CVS receipt is linked to the Sears Tower. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know why their receipts are so long. I really don't. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But it's kind of a meme. Also, it's funny that you call it the Sears Tower, because I'm pretty sure they changed the name to the Willis Tower. And I'm fairly certain you're on the younger side, so I'm pretty sure it's been the Willis Tower for a while. So it's kind of funny. I mean, I still call it the Sears Tower. I don't really talk about it too often, but If it makes you feel better, I'm not sleeping until I finish the puzzle. That's dedication. That's something I would do. I totally get that. I 100% feel that. I used to build puzzles like it was my job. We built tons of puzzles, and I would do the same thing. I would not go to sleep until the puzzle was finished. If I had a reasonable amount of pieces remaining. If half the puzzle's not done, then obviously I'm not going to stay up and do that. But yeah, I totally get that. Respect, my friend, respect. Alright, so that's probably good. I'm on the younger side, but I only know it as the Sear Star. That is kind of funny to me. So yeah, those tethers are all glued in. I will, your dad has been a big help this last hour. That's great. Family bonding whilst building a puzzle is... The only thing that makes it better is if you had popcorn. Of course, if you're eating popcorn while building the puzzle, you're getting... Unless it's not buttered popcorn, but you're getting the butter all over the pieces. But family bonding, always supportive of family bonding time. Sounds good to me. Get some rest. Yep. We'll see you guys on Monday. We're going to stream Monday, not Sunday, because they decided to race again on Sunday night for whatever reason. Don't know why. But yeah, so I'm going to go do a few things to this car to finish it up so I can make a video on it tomorrow. And then... I'm going to send a picture of that car to Cody. I'm going to look at the Dorney Park roller coasters for Matt because I like amusement parks and I like theme parks. And I'll see you guys in the next one, which will be Monday. Probably Monday night at 8 o'clock, same time. So 9:50 Eastern. I'm going to call it here. I'm going to end the poll 50-50. Argentina, Spain. That's pretty crazy that the poll ended at a split. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your night and have a good weekend. Enjoy some racing and spend some time with your families. Bye, guys.